Today I wanted to talk to you about a scholarship that I think is pretty cool, and actually it's up to $5,000 a year per academic year, which means you could actually win maybe up to $25,000 if you stayed through a fifth year. If you're fifth year senior, you can win $5,000 every year through that fifth year. So $5,000 a year, $25,000 total. This is a pretty cool scholarship. Now, it is specifically for people in the chemical sciences field. So I know a ton of people just clicked off the video, and that's okay. If you're still here, then you're going to want to be interested in how you can win this scholarship. Now, this scholarship is called the Acs Scholars Program. So let's take a quick look here at what it's all about. They say here, over $1 million in scholarship funds are awarded to 300 plus students annually. So the other thing they want to highlight here is that it's for students from historically underrepresented groups in the chemical sciences. So this underrepresented groups, if that's you, now they clarify what that means here in a second. So and here they say the $5,000 per academic year. Now, it does say the number of awards and the award amounts are determined by the school year, demonstration of financial need, and available funding. So later on, they actually say that it could be anywhere from $1,000 up to $5,000 per year. So that kind of depends on the financial aid part that refers to you and your specific situation. But now here they do have a video you can watch. So in addition to this, if you want to watch more information about the scholarship, now this is like a 49-minute video. So I probably, if you have 49 minutes, go for it. But I know a lot of people just kind of want to get started and jump in. So it's up to you. Here's another short video that you can watch about the Scholars Program. But then down here, it says interested in becoming an ACS scholar. And we're going to go ahead and click apply. So this brings us to here, how to apply for the ACS Scholars Program. Now, here's the timeline. So November 1st, applications open. March 1st is when the applications close. So that's the due date. That's what you got to pay attention to. Now, May 15th, that's when you're going to find out. Results are announced on the scholars, and then you're going to actually receive your scholarship check here on the 15th. So that's the timeline that we got to pay attention to. Now, am I eligible? So the first thing here is U.S. citizens or legal permanent U.S. residents. It does say you have to be African American, Black, Hispanic, Latino, or American Indian. And it says see below for more details. So we'll get there in a second. Graduating high school seniors or college through junior. It does say, again, seniors in college can apply if you have a fifth year. Obviously, if you're a senior who's about to graduate, there's no more academics after that if you're graduating. So only if you have a fifth year. But so that's what I was saying is you can win potentially up to $25,000 if you win $5,000 every single year. So just keep that in mind. Coming down here, they do say that your intended majors are already majoring in chemistry, biochemistry, chemical engineering, chemical technologies, or other chemistry-related sciences, and they want you to be pursuing or planning to pursue a career in some chemistry-related science. And again, they have kind of a chart below that we'll get to that will talk about that more. They want you to be, if you are a full-time student in high school, again, you're a high school senior, you can, or attending an accredited college or community college. So again, you can also be in community college, so that's helpful. And then demonstrating that you have a high academic achievement, so a 3.0 GPA or higher. They want you to select your race or ethnicity that you most identify with, and you can select other if you need to give more. So here they actually kind of define, which is nice. They define what this means. So what does it mean to be Hispanic or Latino for this application specifically? So a person of Mexican, Puerto Rican, Cuban, Central or South American culture or origin, regardless of race, etc. So they talk about the American Indians, Alaskan Natives, Native Hawaiian or Native Pacific Islander, African American, Black, or if you're more than one race. So they define that and they tell you where they got these definitions from here. So I think that's pretty cool that they do that. And then here's the example majors. This isn't necessarily an exhaustive list, but we got all of these to do: chemistry, biochemistry, all those. I'm not going to read them all to you, but you can check out this list. So all of these things, it's a pretty big list. And then example careers that you could be planning to go into: chemistry, biochemistry, etc., professor, patent lawyer, science journalist, etc. If you're pursuing a degree in pharmacy or nursing, then you're not eligible for the scholarship. So continuing on from there, now it says the selection process and the award amount. So let's click on this. And here they say that it is going to be a committee, professionals in academia and the chemistry industry, and some ACS Scholar alumni. This committee reviews all the completed eligible applications to determine the best overall candidate. So again, it's not necessarily just like, hey, I write an essay or anything else. They kind of take the whole package, what you're planning to pursue, what degree, what school, your academic performance, and then you either qualify to become a scholar or not. So it's kind of interesting how it works. This is where it was saying, $1,000 to $5,000 per academic year is what they're looking at. Required documents. You do have to submit an official transcript, and they kind of explain it here, but the difference between an official and an unofficial, you may have heard both those terms. Unofficial transcript is like you can print it and scan it or fax it and email it to them or something, or submit it, like uploading it online. Official transcripts, though, and they say this here, they have to be sent directly from the school, either in a sealed envelope or by transcript clearinghouse to, and then here's where you're going to send it. You can't send it yourself. You have to go through the school. They have to officially, that's the difference between unofficial and official transcripts, send this letter. And then you do have to have 2 letters of recommendation. So they talk about that and how to submit that. And then over here, you do have to submit a copy of your SAR, your student aid report. And that is going to be, again, sent via email to scholars@acs.org. And if you don't know what the SAR is, the student aid report, that comes from filing the FAFSA. So if you haven't filed the FAFSA yet, you need to file the FAFSA, and that will give you this SAR, student aid report, and that's what you will submit to them. Continuing down here, after that, so it says here, obviously, if you're a high school student, they do specify like, oh, well, what if you don't know where you want to go to school yet? Well, they say, don't worry about it. If you are chosen as a scholar, then they'll ask for that school information later. So that's good to know. And then again, you do have to send your official transcripts. And then here, if you are an undergrad, you obviously can apply if you're a freshman, sophomore, junior, or a senior if you plan to attend for a 5th year. And then it's the same thing. If you're transferring, don't worry about it. Just send in the application and all the details can be worked out later. College freshmen, they want you to submit college and high school transcripts for this scholarship. So then here you are, ready to apply. If you've already started the application, then you can hit this. If you're new, then click new. So you just want to be able to submit all of this content, what you're planning to do, what degree, what school, all that sort of stuff, your transcripts. And then you could be eligible to become a scholar, win anywhere from $1,000 to $5,000, but it's renewable every year. This is way better than just winning a one-off $1,000 scholarship. $5,000 every year. So definitely submit the information if you qualify, if you're one of these underrepresented groups in the chemistry industry. Also, I want you to know there's other ways to pay for college in addition to scholarship. So I have a course that's linked in the description, talks about different ways to pay for college and some tips and ways to actually reduce what you even owe for college so that you can make college more affordable for you. So I have a video here that's got more information about scholarships you can apply for. If you want more information on scholarships, how to win them, how to find them, then you can click my playlist here. Stay empowered. We'll see you in the next one.